All right, man, what's going on? Today, I was going to do a realistic Chicago Bulls rebuild, but I swear to God, the more trades I did, the more unrealistic this video became. So I'm just going to chop the hell out of this video, honestly, talk about my thoughts about the trade, and just show you what happened in the rebuild while also talking about how I feel about this trade. Now, in the NBA, you basically never see a one-for-one trade at this point. It's usually a pick attached here, a pick attached there, unprotected, protected, it doesn't matter, it's attached. You never see a player-for-player trade uh, happen. So the fact that that did happen, including a team that has a million first-round picks, the Thunder, is incredible. The Chicago Bulls received 21-year-old Josh Giddey. As you can see, he's an 80 overall, comes in with a B-3, which I think is too high. He shot the ball at a 32% clip with 4 or 5 attempts per game. Comes in as an A-plus playmaker, and as you can see, B's and C's across the board. Very average at everything kind of guy. Josh Giddey, 21 years old, is the only good thing about him at the moment. The Thunder receive Alex Caruso, defensive-oriented monster, 3-and-D, exactly what the OKC Thunder need. I'm very happy with this trade as a Thunder fan. Giving up Josh Giddey, he didn't really fit in, and especially the way his tenure as a Thunder ended. Glad that we were able to get such a valuable role player out of him. Going into the draft, I thought I'd trade away Zach LaVine to a team that might be able to use him. Why not trade him to the Philadelphia 76ers for a bunch of second-round picks, a bunch of first-round picks, and let's take a look at if they agree to this trade. A first-round pick, 2 second-round picks, and Paul Reed. Zach LaVine is coming off a season where he put up 20 points per game, and Julian Phillips is 20 years old, so he's definitely somebody that the Sixers could probably turn into a decent rotational player down the road. This is what the final offer ended up turning into: Zach LaVine, Julian Phillips, and a 2028 second-round pick for the 16th overall pick, a bunch of second-round picks, and also Paul Reed. Thank you very much. Now, my goal here is to also trade away Vucevic, and we'll see what I do there. I was thinking about trading him to the Warriors, but it just didn't work out. So let's just simulate to our 11th overall pick and see what's available. Now, Donovan Clingan is a guy that's projected to go top 3, so picking him 11 would be very nice. Another guy to consider here is Cody Williams for Colorado, J-Dub's brother, Scottie Pippen, Hall of Fame potential, so I think I'm going to go with him. I like his size. Reed Shepherd is another guy that's projected to go top 5-ish. Zach Edey is a very interesting name, and there's a bunch of other names here as well, as you can see. Ultimately, though, I decided to go with the defensive potential of Cody Williams with the 11th overall pick, and look at that, 16th overall pick, Donovan Clingan is still available. Nikola Topic is a guy that intriguing, although I have so many point guards and guards in general on my team that I don't really need Nikola Topic. His 7-foot wingspan is very interesting. I don't know if that's what his wingspan is in real life. If it is, then he has a lot of positional versatility as well, 6'6". Rob Dillingham is there. I noticed that some of these guys' names are spelled differently than in real life. I mean, that's fine. A shout out to the person who created the rosters, though. And let's take a look at our second-round pick. Kyle Filipowski is definitely a name to consider here. There's other names to look at as well, like Ryan Dunn. He comes in as a good defender in the second round. So I think I'll definitely take him here. I have another second round pick, and I'm just going to go with Kyle Filipowski, 7-foot big man. He has a decent shooting splits apparently, so I'll just draft him. Best available for sure. Let's pick him from Duke. Taking a look at the draft, though, this is one of the reasons why I never insert IRL drafts in 2K is because of this. A guy that's projected to go top 2 fell all the way to 8 to the San Antonio Spurs, which is insane. Zachary Resache, another top 2 guy, went to the Spurs. So the Spurs got 2 top 2 guys in this draft with the 4th and 8th pick. I I like how we drafted though. Cody Williams and Donovan Clingan are amazing players, and we also get Dunn and Filipowski in the second rounds with the 11th and 17th in the second. So remember when I said this thing was not realistic at all? Yes, this is my second trade, and take a look at this. 3 first-round picks for Nikola Vucevic. What the absolute hell, man. Yes, there goes my realism in this video. I did do the courtesy of putting Jaren Jackson, who was listed as center in this game, at the power forward position so they don't clash minutes. Look at me, I'm having a hard time finding the G Grizzlies. Regardless, yes, as you can see, I did make Jaren Jackson Jr. a power forward so he doesn't clash his minutes with Vucevic. Absolutely mockery. I went in this rebuild with the idea of a realistic long-term, like 3-4 year rebuild, but unfortunately that's not what happened. So this is what my point guard position looks like at the moment. Kobe White, Javon Carter, and Lonzo Ball. In case you're wondering why Lonzo Ball is a 72 instead of an 81, well, he is coming off a multi-year injury, so I just reduced his overall for realism's sakes. Although with the trades that I just accomplished and will accomplish, I should just make him a 95 at this point. The shooting guards look very interesting. Dosunmu and Giddey are the main shooting guards. Cody Williams is my main small forward. Torrey Craig is my only power forward, and those were my centers as well. So my main idea here is to sign and trade DeRozan. Whatever he wants, I'll give it to him, and I'll sign him, and I'll trade him to a team for hopefully 1 or 2 first-round picks or something like that. And let's take a look at if he signs with us. And yes, I paid him $44 million for multiple years. Of course, he re-signed with us, and I'm going to trade him to the New York Knicks for multiple first-round picks. You tell me if you would trade multiple first-round picks if you were New York for DeRozan, especially if you I don't know. I don't know why they would do this, especially with the fact that they're giving up OG Anunoby in free agency. They were also giving me Nikola Topic in this trade, who was drafted in the mid-20s. Realistically, I don't think so. I did have to give up Ryan Dunn, though, who I drafted in the second round. 3 first-round picks, Nikola Topic, who could have easily gone top 5 if he wasn't injured, for Ryan Dunn and DeMar DeRozan. Thank you very much. There goes my realism once again. Here I had the option of Patrick Williams or Bridges. I went with Bridges, who is a bit older, but he was requesting $5 million less. Patrick Williams, for some reason, was expecting $27 million, while I was able to get Bridges on a much more team-friendly deal. My idea is to boost his trade value and trade him mid-season or potentially even at the start of next off-season. This is what player progression is looking like, though. As you can see, not bad at all. Lonzo Ball did go down by 7 overall points. That's because I did reduce his overalls, of course. Realistically, though, I think Josh Giddey could put up like maybe 18 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists per game as a number 1 option. The question is he going to be a number 1 option with Chicago? Will Chicago even get rid of DeRozan and Zach LaVine? I don't know. I think they should definitely get rid of them and build a young lineup like this, maybe. I don't know, something. They should do something. They've been mediocre for so long that they should just blow it up. And trading for a 21-year-old Josh Giddey is definitely a good first move, although I question if it was the best move to make, especially giving up one of the best role players in the league. I don't know. I feel like you could have gotten a little bit more, maybe a second-round pick here and there, or even a first-round pick was being offered up, and they refused that for a 21-year-old Josh Giddey. Technically he's 22 now in the simulation. But yeah, let's simulate and see what the season looks like. If we are doing good, which I doubt, then we'll try to trade up for a star and go for a win now type of position. If we suck, then I'll try to tank and try to get a high pick. Previously traded draft picks are also off, so that'll be a little beneficial to us because we have some valuable picks coming to us from previously done trades. And a game against the OKC Thunder is now finished. Unfortunately, it is a pretty significant loss. Caruso did not even play, 77 overall. He's out of the rotation, and you'll find out why in a second. That's because they signed OG Anunoby in free agency. Yes, Oklahoma City has signed OG Anunoby. They have the defensive lineup of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, OG Anunoby, J-Dub, Dort, and Chet Holmgren. Oh my goodness, man. That defensive lineup is smothering. OG Anunoby comes in with elite three-point shooting. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. It's so crazy that Alex Caruso gets DNPs. We were sitting at a record of 500. That's when I realized that we don't even have my own pick this year. It goes to the Spurs top 10 protected. So instead of trying to sneak into the playoffs, I decided to just straight up tank. So I gave more minutes to some of the worst players on my team, like Kyle Filipovsky and Topic, and decided to run it. Yes, as you can see, my pick does go to the San Antonio Spurs, top 10 protected. Lonzo Ball was the only player eligible for a contract extension. I just gave him a 2-year, $2 million deal because why not? It's Lonzo Ball. I feel like everybody's a big fan of Lonzo Ball at this point of his career. Hopefully he can come back and make some contributions on the team. But yeah, why not give him a contract? Regardless of that, my goal of sucking, as you can see, was great because we have the projected number 1 overall pick. Unfortunately, we were still sitting at the 11th overall or 10th conference rank, which is not great, and we went on a nice 2-game winning streak there. As you can see, it's back and forth wins and losses here and there. 12 seed, 11 seed. We lost to the Pistons by a 30-point blowout. And last game against the Orlando Magic, we do end up winning this game 35-47, year 1. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the MVP of the league. Alexander Sarr is Rookie of the Year with the Spurs. He went 8th overall for some reason. Amen Thompson, 6th Man of the Year with the Houston Rockets. 6'7" shooting guard, small forward, very versatile. Wembanyama is Defensive Player of the Year. Asor Thompson is Most Improved Player of the Year, jumping up from 8 points to 11 points. As you can see, everything else basically went up. Congratulations to him. Jalen Brunson is Clutch Player of the Year with New York. Mark Daigneault is Coach of the Year with 60-22 losses. Very nice team he has there in OKC. And the Cavs GM gets the Executive of the Year. These are what all NBA teams are looking like, and all defensive teams are looking like this. And all rookie first teams looking like this. Shout out to Donovan Clingan for making it their first team All-NBA. Rookie, why did I just say All-NBA? All-rookie team, yes, Donovan Clingan. 2 blocks per game, 1 steal, 8 rebounds, 9 points. Did he play the most minutes? No, I was trying to tank, so he didn't get many minutes there. On the second team is Cody Williams, our 11th overall pick, Hall of Fame potential. Defense was amazing, though, 2 stocks per game. And we also had Nikola Topic off the bench make it, 25th overall pick, 77 overall. He's coming off an ACL injury. In real life, in 2K, I don't think that affected him much. 77 overall. The play-in the West looking like that. The Kings and the Pelicans, Lakers and Warriors going to go up against each other. And playing in the East looking like that. Let's simulate and see who is the champion. Anthony Edwards absolutely slaughtered the Western Conference to get the MVP on his side. 42.7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1.5 stocks. Jason Tatum extremely efficient for his finals MVP in the East this time instead of his teammate Jaylen Brown. Celtics make it back to the finals and they go back-to-back. Jason Tatum, finals MVP. Congratulations to him. All right, this is the draft lottery odds now. As you can see, we have the number 1 odds at the first pick, and we also have the 7th odd as well. That pick is currently under Spurs, but as long as it lands under the top 10, we'll get it. And the Spurs jump up to 1. We get number 2, and we also get number 5, and a bunch of other non-lottery first-round picks. All right, second overall pick, I have a bunch of options here. I have Tracy Powers, 6'9", 243-pound Tracy Powers, Michael Jordan Hall of Fame. Out of all the rebuilds that I've done, I've never seen a Michael Jordan Hall of Fame potential. I can't lie, it caught my eye. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it for a very long time. Do I go with the number one projected guy, Alvin McKenzie, Dave Cowens, 81 overall, ready-made player, 20 years old, or do I go with Tracy Powers? I couldn't resist the Michael Jordan potential. 6'9". I think he had more Tracy McGrady potential, but I went with Tracy Powers. Kansas. Alvin McKenzie went to the Rockets at 3, and the Nets, they trade their pick. Yeah, congratulations to them. And the Rockets were the team that traded for that pick, so they went back to back drafting two tall centers. Regardless, I have the 5th overall pick, and I'm taking a look here. Brendan Kerr is an interesting guy, World B free potential, although I don't really need a guard. So let's just take a look at the trade block. I traded away 5 first-round picks and Miles Bridges for Mikal Bridges and Nicholas Claxton. I mean, you tell me if that's realistic or not. I mean, I just did it. Did I get finessed? Maybe. Did I finesse them? Maybe. I don't know. I need a power forward, though, at the 24th overall pick. My point guards are looking great. I have Topic, Ball, Carter, White. My shooting guards are pretty decent as well. Giddey, DeSumo, Terry, and Conchar. He was a part of that trade for Vucevic. Yeah, Craig is my only power forward at the moment. So kind of a no-brainer to go with a power forward here. Freddie Nash. Pascal Siakam, all-star potential from Butler. Thank you very much. Welcome to the team. Now Powers, 79 overall, 19-year-old. Of course, I forgot to mention him in my shooting guards. But yes, Tracy Powers and Nash, welcome to the team. Coming off a season where he put up 12 points per game, this man was expecting $34 million. Oh, as much as I didn't want to give him that 5-year, $200, oh my goodness, I had to retain him. Josh Giddey, welcome back to the roster, man. Taking a look at the rest of the things, the Bridges and Williams is a very nice defensive forward rotation there. We need another power forward, so why not give Aaron Wiggins an opportunity to run here in Chicago? So let's take a look at if he signs, and he does sign that 4-year deal. Thank you very much. Let's advance on to the next season. Before we do that, though, this is what player progression is looking like. As you can see, a bunch of greens, which is lovely to see. Klingon Williams go up by 4. Topic goes up by 4 as well, showing off that potential. Filipowski goes up by 3, and some of the other guys go up by 1 or 2 here and there. No major jumps from Bridges, though, which is unfortunate to see. Let's advance on to the next season. I do have to cut 2 players, Conchar and Lonzo Ball, who will be waived. So you remember that word realism? This is where it turns into mush. Cody Williams, 79 overall, and also Aaron Wiggins, who I just signed a free agency for. Amen Thompson, 88 overall, reigning 6th man of the year. I didn't even offer this. 2K offered me this. 2K offered me this. And Cameron Johnson, he's a good shooter, but that's about it. I thought about it. I was thinking about it. I was deeply troubled by this trade offer. Do I take this? Do I sacrifice the realism and go for this trade offer? Cody Williams is an excellent player, but come on. Thompson is almost 8 overalls better than him, and Wiggins and Johnson are pretty much the same value. Okay, Wiggins is better, slightly. 2.5 stars compared to 2. The contracts match up better. It's a contract dump. I felt so bad taking this offer, but ultimately I was like, fuck it, we ball. I'm taking this shit. H-Town on drugs, heroin, cocaine, something, I don't know. Thank you very much. There goes my demonetization money, whatever, however you pronounce it, I don't really care. Look at this team now. Josh Giddey at power forward is I guess okay because that he can run it. Because I mean, if that was the case, then I would have to run Cam Johnson at the power forward, and I really don't feel like doing that. The simulation wants me to bring Bridges off the bench. I'm just gonna slide him to the shooting guard.
He's on the older side of things.
Doesn't exist anymore.
Come here.
Dalen Terry, Cameron
let's try
Johnson,
to win a championship.
Yes,
sir. Kawhi Leonard. Thank you very much.
I mean, that
coming to my team.
Realism. What is
this
that?
will allow.
What the hell is that? This is a video game.
What
no
does
realism
this allow?
Here. This is why I never use Trade Finder in NBA 2K. I was scrolling, looking at some packages for Paul Reed, Ayo Dosunmu, and a first-round pick, and I came across Rudy Gobert. I mean, look, our defense is already the best in the NBA. There's no point in making it better and sacrificing our terrible offense. Our offense was one of the worst. I was considering bringing back Zach LaVine, but his efficiency was garbage. Luke Cornett is a funny guy. But no, ultimately, I found this package. 85 overall Desmond Bane and a young G.G. Jackson, 21 years old. 2 first-round picks, Ayo Dosunmu, Paul Reed. There goes the realism. Oh boy. There's no realism, man. Desmond Bane, welcome to the team, $36 million deal. Look, this is where realism officially ended. Tracy Powers, Freddie Nash, first-round pick, second-round pick for Brandon Miller and Mark Williams. Both of these guys are under the age of 24. What the hell is this team? This team is insane. This is probably the best team I've ever built through trades. It's insane. I did all this with a 65 trade difficulty. The 2K default is a 50. Trade Finder is just broken. I hope 2K fixes his net 2K because that's just ridiculous. At this point, I'm just exploring more trades. Look at this trade. Nikola Topic and Nicholas Claxton for Darius Garland and Clint Capella. Darius Garland is a former All-Star player. $39 million. Look at this team. This team is so immaculately immaculate. That is so criminal that I have this team. I don't even know what adjectives to use at this point. Arrest me. We went from being a end of play-in range to the 3rd seed. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was MVP. Alvin McKenzie was Rookie of the Year. Trey Mann is 6th Man of the Year with the New York Knicks. Wembanyama is Defensive Player of the Year. James Wiseman is Most Improved Player of the Year with the Miami Heat. Congratulations to him, I guess. Anthony Edwards, Clutch Player of the Year. Congratulations to him. Billy Donovan is Coach of the Year. A little bit of a tease here because, oh, boo-hoo, he left our team and is now Coach of the Year. Regardless, playing tournament in the West looking like that. I did skip over all NBA teams, so let's just take a look at that real quick. All NBA first, second, and third looking like that. All defensive first and second looking like this. And shout out to Amen Thompson, our guy who made it there. These are the rookies. Not enough rookies qualified. Shout out to them, though. Freddie Nash, look at those terrible numbers. Somehow that gave us Brandon Miller and Mark Williams. Tracy Powers, shout out to you as well. Hopefully you turn out to be Michael Jordan or whatever. The play-in tournament in the West looking like that, and play-in tournament in the East looking like that. First round, we're going up against the Orlando Magic. Let's quickly take a look at their roster. Cole Anthony, Rob Dillingham, Franz Wagner, Paulo Banchero, Jalen Duren, Lauren Markkinen, Wendell Carter, Drew Holiday, Anthony Black, Jimmy Red. I almost said Jimmy Butler, but honestly, very nice team. Let's just simulate. Usually I simcast these games, but is it even fair at this point what my team looks like compared to theirs? Yes, it's a 4-1 gentleman sweep. We're going up against the Detroit Pistons, who currently don't have Cade Cunningham, but they do have an interesting rotation with Jason Tatum at the power forward for some reason. Yeah, there's no Cade Cunningham on this team. I checked, he's on the Utah Jazz. Something super funny, though, is Bronny James found his way on the Boston Celtics. That is hilarious. That is super funny. 75 overall, Bronny James. Congrats. Yeah, Kate Cunningham, as you can see, Utah Jazz. He signed there after his 4 years with Detroit. Honestly, to be fair, I would do the same thing. Forget the bag. But yeah, as you can see, we just swept Jason Tatum, the reigning Finals MVP, to go up against the Indiana Pacers. A very solid team, and as you can see off the bench, Paul George. One more run with the Pacers, 36-year-old old man. The rest of the bench is looking very solid as well. Sorry for the corruption there, but let's just simulate and take a look at what's going on. Fuck's sake, I didn't even get a chance to look at it. 4-0 sweep, and how fitting. Josh Giddey, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, going up against the Portland Trailblazers. Out of all teams, they got Şengün. They got Miles Turner. They got Kelly Oubre. Very interesting team. Very big team. Let's just go up and simulate. Honestly, at this point, I don't even want to talk about it. Yeah, their bench is not even that great. I don't know how they made it past any of these teams. But yeah, we do end up sweeping everybody. Amen Thompson is your Finals MVP. Look, I was going to run it back, but is there a point? Look at this team. Look at this team. This team is insane. And I'm sure if I went and did the off-season player progression, I would have like 390 overall players on my team. This is what these scoring distributions look like because I forgot to show it. Darius Garland was our scoring leader with 24 points per game. Our rebounds leader, let's take a look. But nah, forget the rebound leaders. Let's just look at the star power of this team. Wow, man. Realism. Thank you for watching, man. I'm not even going to cut this part out. Deuce.